It's not about age. It's about like
It's attitude, isn't it?
attitude. Yeah, open mind. I think when you say like, oh, when I was a teenager, music was so better than today. It's a bit odd for me. It's like
Yeah.
I always try to avoid saying that because it makes me sound old, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's like you're not catching up with things around, basically. No,
Yeah,
like,
because like it or not, the world is going to move on.
yeah, it's gonna move on. Yeah.
So you either got to just stand there and say, "Well, it's not very good," or you try and see the good in it, or learn a bit more about it, or whatever.
Yeah, but that's the thing about music. To be honest, I've seen Jimmy Carr say something interesting the other day. That it's like people want new movies and old music. They don't want new music, and they don't want to watch old movies. Isn't that interesting?
It's really interesting.
Because it's like when you're watching a movie, like I like to watch movies, the ones that I like. I like to watch in one or three or four times.
Yeah.
But it's not everyone that does
No.
it. They want to see something new for the first time, or
Yeah.
always like that. But when they go to the playlist on Spotify or wherever, they always go to the same old music. You know? It's
Yeah. It's true, isn't it? I mean, I'm probably even guilty of that myself.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
just if you listen to the youngest I don't know artist in my playlist is like from the 80s. The youngest artist in my playlist is older than me. It's always like that. But
And now when we complain about the fact that why aren't people discovering us?
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's hard. I listen to new stuff like a lot as well, but it's really rare that gets to my usual playlist. It's always old stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? If you listen to a song, I mean, that is like, why do we listen to music, isn't it? And I don't know whether everyone's like this. I suspect you're the same. I listen to music because it gives me something. It might be a feeling of beauty or sadness or sorrow or something funny or angry and brutal. And the way like that particular song's been put together, recorded, written and played, you know, all of that comes together to make me feel something. You know, I mean, I don't like many metal bands, but I love Slipknot because because of the way they do it. For me, that like pushes my buttons. And it takes a long time, doesn't it, to build up, like, I don't know, you've got a playlist of artists you probably listen to, like 30 or something like that, whatever it is, on your phone regularly. And then you listen to, you know, how long would it take you if you just said to Spotify, play me stuff I don't know? How many songs would you have to listen to that don't do anything to you before you found one song that does something to you?
Yeah.
And that is like an investment. Well, you read all these books and you know these things, don't you? That is like a commitment you'd have to make to say, okay, I'm going to accept the fact that I'm not going to enjoy a lot of this music to get something new out of it.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's also really hard as well, because sometimes you have, like, when you listen to new stuff, the songs that you were listening to, they will influence the next songs that you're listening to. So sometimes the song's not even that great, but you listen to 4 really bad songs, and this one comes and pops in, and it's like, oh, this is better than the ones before. And then you start to catch up to. But at the same time, I don't listen that much to albums anymore, which is a shame.
That's another ongoing debate we have. How many times have we talked about the next release and what we should do with it? Well, there you go. There's an audience now. What do we do? Like, do we put an album out? Do you like an album? Or do we just drop Spotify singles and don't worry about, you know, because an album's prohibitively expensive, difficult to do. You've got to get everything done at the same time to put this thing out.
Yeah.
But it can be. But how many people are listening to albums? Say in the comments. You know, are you listening to records or, you know, albums?
Yeah. Are you listening to albums? Just old stuff.
Fun in it. Some of my old favourite albums I will listen to all the way through. But I used to have this conversation with my dad. How many albums are there that you've heard that you liked even 80% of the songs on that album? It's really not many, is it? Even some of the best acts of all time. Like, I can think of like maybe Like I was a big growing up. I was like into lots of guitar players. Like one of them was Robin Ford, and he's a massively talented guy. And I had, you know, at that point in when I was like 16 or 17, he probably released, I don't know, 6 mainstream albums. You know, big albums. But I only really listened to 3 or 4 songs off each record, and they were great. Yeah. Like they were really, I considered them to be brilliant albums.
Yeah.
Like there's one album I can think of, 20th Century Blues, that I would listen to all the way through. Lee Ritenour Live in LA, some Joshua Redman records are like that. But there's not many.
No. But also today you have the options to listen to tracks separately. We didn't have that when in the 60s and 70s, and that's why people are listening to albums a lot, I think.
What, people from that era, you mean?
Yeah, from that era, yeah. Because if you like 1 or 2 songs, you can't just, we're going to play this song, and then I'm going to play the next one later, and then have lunch at the same time. You're just going to need to adjust your record player over there. But now it's easier on Spotify. They'll just pick the best ones, and then you just listen to the best ones, but your favorite ones.
That leads to like a sense of it's just like instant gratification then, though, isn't it? It's the same as like scrolling through Instagram.
That's it.
And like another song on Spotify, and like people wanting, maybe people have become more addicted to instant gratification, which makes them less willing to look for new material to listen to.
Yeah. But that's a good point. It's
because those people who you're talking about in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s who were listening to vinyl, they would wait until that song came on.
Yeah.
But I don't think people will do that now, will they? I don't know.
No, yeah. It's another interesting thing as well, like, because we were talking about movies and music. I watched The Gladiator 2 days ago. It's a brilliant movie, and it's a 2.5 hours movie.
Yeah.
And then when I was watching the scenes, I was like, it doesn't seem long, first of all, for me. And the second thing that came to my mind was like, this could be even longer, because it goes too quick when he becomes a gladiator, and then he goes to Rome. And then in my mind, I was like, oh, I get that. It's because now I'm used to watching series, and then they would make the Gladiator the movie in a 10 episodes season 1 series.
Do you know, I had exactly the same experience. I went with Tris to go and see Napoleon before Christmas and it's the same actor, isn't it? Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I had some problems with that film, but one of the things I thought when I came out of there was like, I could have done with another hour.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It was true. They rushed things, isn't it? Yeah. But that's the thing. I felt like that with movies, but I don't feel like that with music. I never listened to an album and I was like, I'm not trying to skip the songs that I don't like.
Do you ever do the thing, like I become addicted to I Hate Everything About You by 3 Days Grace, like over the past couple of months.
Yeah.
It's just one of those songs. Yeah, it's a good song. And I'm so addicted to it that when I decide to listen to it, I'll listen to like the first minute of the song, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen, like in the middle 8 second chorus sections and stuff like that. But I realised that I got a bit distracted, and it's not even the bit of the song that I'm really looking forward to, but I got a bit distracted and the bits are coming up. So I rewind the song from the beginning again, even before I got to the bit that I was waiting for. And then sometimes I'll get distracted again, like driving the car or something. Anything happens, a shiny ball goes past or something like that. And I'll rewind it again, like, because I'm waiting so much for that. Like, I need to prepare myself. Like, is that just me who does that? I think so. That's just a me thing, is it? Yeah. Right. Okay. I do that when I listen to our stuff as well. When I'm listening to the new mixes and things like that, I'll get 30 seconds in and I'm like, I need to hear that again. 30 seconds in, just listen to the whole track and then rewind it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
But that's
maybe that's part of the breakdown that I was telling you about.
No, it's interesting